What if I told you that Minecraft's most infamous mob, the one that's blown up your house, ruined your redstone builds, and scared you when you least expected it, was never supposed to exist? The Creeper, that silent green menace, began as nothing more than a simple mistake. Yet somehow, this accidental creation grew to become the face of Minecraft, spawning memes, merchandise, and countless jump scares. But how did an error become the most recognizable monster in gaming? And why, after all these years, does the Creeper still strike fear into the hearts of millions of players? Today, we're diving deep into the history of the Creeper, the mob that was never meant to exist. This is a story of a mistake that changed the game forever. To truly understand the Creeper's bizarre origin, we have to go all the way back to 2009. Minecraft was still in its infancy, with Notch working on the game in his spare time.
So if I go into skeleton class, arrow, and I was trying to make it predict where I'm going, I'll shoot there instead.
The game looked very different back then. There was no hunger bar, no enchanting, and no other biomes. The world was made up of simple blocks, and the only creatures roaming the landscape were passive mobs like sheep and cows. These animals wandered aimlessly, providing players with food and wool, but posed no threat. The game's atmosphere was peaceful, almost serene. But Notch had bigger plans. He wanted to make the world feel alive, unpredictable, and a little bit dangerous. He was constantly experimenting, adding new features and creatures to see what worked. At that time, his goal was straightforward: add a pig to the game. Sounds simple, right? But as any programmer will tell you, even the smallest typo can have unexpected consequences. While tweaking the pig's model, Notch accidentally swapped the intended height and length values. Instead of a short, squat pig, the game generated a tall, upright, and frankly bizarre creature. It looked nothing like a pig, but something about its odd shape caught Notch's attention. Most developers would have simply fixed the error and moved on, but Notch saw something special in this accidental creation.
And I accidentally made them tall instead of log, so it was like a tall thing with 4 little feet. And that became the Creeper. It was supposed to be a pig.
The awkward proportions, the way it seemed to sort of loom over the player, there was an unsettling charm to it. But rather than scraping the model, Notch decided to experiment. He changed its colors from pink to a mottled green, giving it a sickly, unnatural look. He stripped away any facial features that might have made it seem friendly, leaving behind a blank, almost mournful expression. The creature was silent, and its presence felt ominous. At this point, the new mob didn't do much. It simply wandered the world, just like the pigs it was meant to replace. But Notch was not finished. He wanted to make Minecraft more challenging, to add a sense of danger to the peaceful, blocky world. And so, the next step was to give this odd creature a purpose, a way to make players truly fear it.
Do you want an arrow?
The transformation from harmless glitch to iconic master was surprisingly swift. Notch decided that this new mob should be hostile, but instead of attacking players directly, it would sneak up on them, creeping silently, blending into the landscape with its green, pixelated skin. And when it got close enough, it would explode. The idea was simple but brilliant. The Creeper's explosion would destroy not only the player, but also the blocks around them, leaving behind a crater where it exploded as a reminder of their carelessness.
No!
This mechanic was unlike anything players had seen before. Suddenly, Minecraft was not just about building and exploring, it was about survival, about staying alert even in your own base. When Creepers first appeared in Minecraft's pre-alpha days, they looked and acted quite differently from the iconic mob we know today. Since we know that they resulted from Notch's coding error, mistaken for a pig, the height and length values meant for a pig were swapped, creating a tall, upright creature with 4 stubby legs and no arms.
Okay, that worked. Yep, that crashed the game.
The earliest Creepers were colored a dark green, a shade pulled directly from Minecraft's leaf block texture. This gave them a camouflaged look, blending well with the game's alpha grass and foliage. Their skin was mottled and rough, making them look like almost living plants or twisted vines, an effect Notch would later describe as crunchy like dry leaves, rather than slimy. In terms of movement, the first Creepers were far more erratic than their modern counterparts. They would jump around and move in a jittery, unpredictable way, sometimes appearing to hop as they chased after players. As the game was evolving, Notch and the team began refining the creeper's appearance to better fit the evolving art style of the game. The color palette shifted from the original deep leaf-like green to a brighter, more vibrant shade. This not only made creepers stand out more against the landscape, but also gave them a distinct, instantly recognizable silhouette. The texture was updated to be less rough and more pixel consistent with other mobs, while still retaining that mottled, plant-like pattern that helped them blend into grassy environments. The creeper's movement was also updated. The early jumpy behavior was replaced with a smoother, more deliberate stalking motion. Instead of hopping, creepers would now glide silently toward the player, which meant that they became better at navigating obstacles and sneaking up on unsuspecting players. But perhaps the most important change was the addition of the infamous sound design. Now, the silent approach was followed by a sudden, sharp hiss before exploding. Players quickly learned to associate that sound with imminent danger, and it became a defining feature of the creeper experience. By the time Minecraft reached its official release, the creeper had fully evolved into the mob we know today, a perfectly balanced blend of stealth, surprise, and spectacle. Few video game characters have crossed over into mainstream culture as thoroughly as this creature. The creeper's impact was everywhere. Its unmistakable recognition was featured on all types of merchandise: t-shirts, hoodies, backpacks, plush toys, lamps, Halloween costumes, cereal boxes, you name it. Perhaps the most visible sign of the creeper's influence is in the Minecraft logo itself. Since 2011, the pixelated creeper face has been cleverly integrated into the letter A in the official Minecraft wordmark, making the mob an inseparable part of the game's identity. The mob has also made appearances far beyond Minecraft's own universe. It's appeared in TV shows like The Simpsons,
Yeah, how you doing?
and has also inspired viral music parodies, most famously Captain Sparkle's Revenge, which reignited creeper memes years after its original release. Its likeliness has been embodied in LEGO sets, cosplay, and even ranked among the most iconic video game villains by Guinness World Records. The game kept evolving and the creeper didn't remain static. Mojang introduced new twists to keep this iconic mob fresh and fearsome. The most significant of these updates came with the addition of the Charged Creeper, a rare, supercharged variant that appears when a regular creeper is struck by lightning. Charged creepers are instantly recognizable by this blue aura that surrounds them, a visual effect that sets them apart from normal creepers. But it's not just their looks that are electrifying, their explosions are far more powerful. While a normal creeper can already devastate a player's base, a charged creeper's blast is nearly twice as destructive, capable of creating massive craters and instantly wiping out even armored players. Beyond their explosive force, charged creepers also introduced a unique gameplay mechanic. When they blow up and kill another mob, such as a skeleton or zombie, that mob drops its head, an item otherwise unobtainable in survival mode. Another aspect of its mechanics is that they can drop music discs, but only under a very specific condition. The creeper must be killed by the arrow of a skeleton or stray. When this happens, the creeper drops a random music disc as a guaranteed reward, making these items both a collectible and a badge of skill or ingenuity for players who set up the scenario. This mechanic was originally implemented as a placeholder way to distribute music discs, but it became a beloved quirk of the game and was never changed. Not all music discs can be obtained this way though. Exclusive tracks like Pigstep, Otherwise, and 5 must be found in loot chests, but for Morsisk, the iconic combination of skeleton and creeper is the only way to get them. Creepers have a unique set of relationships with other mobs in Minecraft that set them apart from nearly every other hostile creature. Notably, creepers are terrified of cats. When a cat comes within a certain radius, a creeper will immediately turn and scurry away, making cats one of the most reliable natural defenses against them. This diversion is so strong that players often keep cats around their bases or villages specifically to ward off creepers. In contrast, iron golems, the powerful guardians of villages, completely ignore creepers and will never attack them. This is designed for a reason. If golems were to attack creepers, the resulting explosions could cause collateral damage to villages and player builds, undermining the golem's protective role, which is to protect the village. As for villagers, creepers pose a threat only indirectly. They do not target or pursue villagers, but their explosions can still harm or kill villagers if a player or another mob triggers a blast nearby. Unlike other mobs, creepers are not programmed to seek out villagers as prey. There are a lot of fan theories about where creepers come from and what their real purpose is in Minecraft. One of the most popular ideas is that creepers are connected to the desert temples, since the creeper's face is carved into the chiseled sandstone blocks found there. Some players think this means creepers were created by an ancient civilization.
These are desert pyramids, which we often just end up calling desert temples.
Maybe the same people who built the temples to act as explosive guards for their treasures. The fact that desert temples are full of TNT traps and that creepers are basically living TNT makes this theory even more believable. Some people also believe creepers have social anxiety and only explode because they get too nervous when they approach players. There are even theories that villagers secretly worship creepers, since the creeper face shows up on cleric capes and in temple designs. While none of these ideas are officially confirmed, all the little details and clues Mojang has hidden in the game have kept players guessing and made the creeper one of Minecraft's biggest mysteries. The creeper's journey from a simple coding error to the most recognizable face in Minecraft is a perfect example of how unpredictability and creativity go hand in hand. It's more than just a hostile mob, it's a symbol of surprise, challenge, and the unexpected twists that make Minecraft so memorable. Every player has a creeper story, whether it's a base blown up at the worst possible moment, a music disc earned after a tense skeleton showdown, or the relief of seeing a cat chase one away. The creeper continues to shape how players interact with the world, build their defenses, and share their adventures. Its legacy isn't just in explosions or jump scares, but in a way that it brings players together through shared experiences, endless theories, and a sense of wonder that keeps Minecraft's world alive and full of surprises.